Hey, Paul, how are you?
How you doing, man?
Dude, it's great to talk to you, man. How's your day going, all right?
Good, man. Good. Just keeping my kids at bay, you know.
Yeah, I know that one, man. I know that one. So you just at home, not on tour at the moment, obviously?
Yeah, we have Thanksgiving tomorrow, and then we have a show. Our first show of the last tour of the year starts the day after tomorrow. Starts Friday.
Cool. So just a bit of
enjoying these last couple of days, yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. Of course, news dropped this week that Saliva will be finally touring down under, and it's got a lot of people excited, man. I mean, for a band like yourselves who have toured most of the globe already, I mean, it'd still be pretty exciting to go somewhere you haven't been, especially this far away, right?
We are super excited, man. I'm sure we're equally as excited as the fans over there are. We've definitely wanted to go to Australia for a long time. It just never really lined up, man, and so it finally lined up. So we're hoping to go over there. We know we have a lot of fans there on our social media. We can tell we have a lot of fans there. So we're hoping it goes well so that we can start making regular trips.
Man, it's going to be awesome. Of course, I mean, you've been most places in the world. Is there anywhere else that you haven't been?
There's quite a few places. I mean, we haven't been to, like, South America yet. I mean, you'd be surprised there's quite a few places we haven't been. We're working on those things as we speak. But we got a really good international booking agent now who's helping a lot. So we're going to try to go to all the places we haven't been now.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, dude, not many bands, especially in the rock genre these days, get to say they have been Grammy nominated and go platinum. I mean, when it happened, did you find that things really changed for you personally? I mean, that maybe signified that, you'd really made it at that point?
Sure, all those things, definitely. Obviously, whenever it's just something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. It's kind of like it doesn't define success, but it's just a little reward, a little reminder, of all that hard work and everything, and sacrifice. It's like, wow, you stuck to it and you did it, and it's paying off. Pretty cool. But me as a person personally, no, I'm just still the same person as always, but those things are definitely nice to look at on the wall.
Oh, absolutely, dude. I mean, but what do you find, obviously playing shows and touring and stuff, but what do you find the most rewarding about having this as a job? I mean, most people don't get to experience that these days. Yeah,
I mean, that's, every day is a blessing, man. We definitely don't take it for granted, getting to travel and do what we love, and see and do all those things. But honestly, man, to me, the most rewarding thing is when you interact with fans and they tell you stories about how your music has changed their life or stopped them from committing suicide or made them reconnect with their dad or whatever the scenario is. To me, that's what really makes it all worthwhile at this point.
Of course, I mean, you've also had a few songs featured on soundtracks over the years. That's something I always remember to seeing, like Saliva on the track list, which was always cool. I mean, how did that help the band out, when you were especially coming up? I mean, was that something that really opened the market for, for new fans and stuff? Because you don't get many soundtracks like that.
Well, I mean, it's definitely helped us, broaden our audience and stuff, and expose us to a lot of new fans and stuff. We were just fortunate, we never set out to write songs that were marketable for soundtracks and video games and sports things and all that. It's just kind of like who we were, so that kind of just fell into place. And with our first record deal, we also got Universal Publishing, which is, obviously a huge publishing and media and music company, entertainment company, and they helped push to get it in the soundtracks and all that. So it helps having them on our team too. But yeah, it did big things for us. It definitely took us to another level at that moment in time.
Must have been also cool hearing your songs in movies and stuff too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's awesome, man. Well, you've toured with some of the biggest names in rock over the years, like Aerosmith and Kiss. But do you remember what your very first support opening slot was? I mean, and what that meant to you? I mean, I know a lot of bands, they get that one opportunity and it just opens everything up. I mean, do you remember what that was for you?
I think, for us, we were more like, we did some opening slots for some nationals and stuff before we got a record deal. But I think when we got our record deal and our manager at the time who was managing other, national acts, that helped us get, of the slots on the actual touring things. I'm trying to remember who some of our first opening tour. I know we did a tour. It was, man, I'm having to think way back here. Like first tour, one of the first tours ever. I know that one of our tours ever was with Crazy Town. I could tell you that. But they were, with Butterfly was huge for them back in the day. I know that was one of them. Man, there's it's way back there, man. It's hard to remember that far back, to be honest with you.
Oh, sorry, man. But hey,
being on tour with Kiss and Aerosmith and bands like that was also, pretty epic. It doesn't get much better than that.
Oh, of course not, man. I mean, that's huge. Especially, probably your heroes, I'm guessing, as well. Yeah,
for sure. Oh, yeah.
Man, mind-blowing. It would have been mind-blowing. And you mentioned Crazy Town before. Didn't you recently play with them in Europe, or are you going to?
Yeah, they're actually, we're going to Europe. We're going to Europe first, and then we're going straight from there over to Australia. But the Europe part of it, it's Davey Suicide and Crazy Town and us and another band. I cannot remember the other band's name at this time. It's a newer band, so.
So you've kept in touch with the Crazy Town guys over the years?
Absolutely, and there's a tour that happens here. It was the second year was this year, Make America Rock Again. And we did the first tour. We did the first one, and Crazy Town was on that one. So for 2 months. So we reconnected then as well. And then we've also played recently, within the last few months, a couple of festival shows with them and hung out with them again. And it's like a family reunion. It's pretty cool.
That is cool. I mean, I love hearing stories about how bands have kept that sort of brotherhood over the years, and crossed paths, and that's really cool to hear, man. Hopefully, those dudes will come out here as well at some stage. So you have to...
yeah, I'm sure they'd love to.
Those dudes. Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, of course, band merchandise is really important to, keep things rolling. And I saw you guys have your own vape juice. Is that right? Yeah,
we have our own little vape juice line, yeah. Distributed by a company called Mr. E-Liquid here, yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, who came up with that idea?
We were approached by a company who were, they had the idea of marketing band lines and stuff, so they approached us early on, and that's kind of how it fell into us. None of us really vape, but it's a product that we're endorsing and, obviously investing in, so.
I think it's cool. I mean, I think it's awesome when bands sort of stretch out and do different things, It's that's awesome, man. And of course, being a drummer,
and becoming really cool bottles that the fans could put on their collectibles or whatever. So
yeah, I like it too. I mean, I've collected the Gore ones, so I'll be definitely trying to get in yours as well.
The only difference between ours and Guar's is ours actually tastes good.
Yeah, we'll leave that one.
Yeah.
Of course, man, being a drummer, there has to be, touring the world. I assume that you don't always get the luxury of taking your own kit everywhere, and, you probably have hire kits on the road and things like that. I mean, does that get frustrating that you don't get to play your own kit?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. Even here in the States, we do fly shows. We'll be on a tour on the bus, and we'll have to fly somewhere and do a flying show on rental backline and stuff. It's not really my favorite thing to do, honestly, because I don't feel like, us as a whole, you're missing our whole light setup and our stage setup. It's not just, playing on different gear. It's the whole show. I don't think that a band is able to give the fans like the full thing, like that. But at the same time, obviously the fans still have a blast and we still play well and all that good stuff. So it works out in the end, but it's not my favorite thing to do. It's kind of like, to me, it's like driving somebody else's car. You can drive it, but it doesn't feel like your car. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, man, because I know my drummer, he loves things the way everything has its little place and everything like that. And anytime jump on another kid, hates hates it.
Even if I set up another kit exactly how mine goes, it still doesn't feel, it doesn't feel 100%,
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a drummer thing.
They just need to come up with some kind of shrinking ray, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you can stick your own kit everywhere. Yeah.
Either that or you just ship your kit over there like a month in advance,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's a good idea. Have one going and the other one's, a couple of kits. But,
there you go. Yeah.
Man, your latest album, Love, Lies and Therapy, came out last year, and you've been touring on that, of course. Is it too early to ask if you guys have ideas cooking for your next album?
It's actually not too early to ask, and we are about 90% done with the new record. Yeah, so we're shooting on it coming out sometime around early summer, you know what I mean? That's what we're going for. If it's not 90% done, yeah, that's about it. That's about all the info I got on that, but definitely stay tuned. We'll be making some announcements, initial announcements before too long on our socials and website about it. But yeah, before too long, we got a new one coming.
Has it got a name yet?
No, we're not that far on it yet.
Oh,
That's usually the last thing we do. That's usually the last thing we do so we can listen to the thing as a whole and kind of like give it a name that kind of like fits it, you know what I mean? Like naming a piece of art kind of,
Dude, I'm very excited to see you guys in Brisbane, and that'll be on February 16 at the Crowbar, which is one hell of a venue. And, for more dates and stuff like that, obviously, we'll have that all posted on our social medias and stuff. And, dude, until then, I hope you and the guys have an absolute blast out there on the road, and happy Thanksgiving for you and the dudes tomorrow.
Thanks, man. Same to you. Can't wait. We're excited. Cannot wait to come rock you guys.